How's it going, everybody? Let's take this down. So I got something new today. I got this for less than what the new standard Strat from Fender costs. This is a 1972 reissue Telecaster Deluxe. This is a 2005 model. It doesn't need much, really. I just wanted to set it up to my standards. You can see it's got that really cool 3-point neck plate on the back. There's the 60th anniversary logo. It's a 2005 Mexican. It's got the 70s tuners. It's got the wide range pickups. It's got 2 volumes, 2 tones. There's the headstock Telecaster Deluxe. It's got this truss rod adjustment style. And it is a string through bridge. It's not really set up to my liking, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it live. So they've already radiused the bridge. It's a little bit higher than I like. So I think what I want to do is utilize, because the bridge is already kind of in a good spot, it's a little high. So this does have micro tilt, so I'm going to do a micro tilt adjustment on the neck to make the action a little bit lower, to raise the neck a little bit higher, closer to the strings. Now, this is very, very, very important. When you do this, you need to slacken the strings. Very important. Slacken the strings. So I'm going to slacken the strings. I have a friend who had a guitar 70s Fender. He did not slacken the strings. And then he used the micro tilt. And you know what happened? Yeah, it wasn't good. The neck actually cracked. So be very careful when you're doing this. All right, so I got the strings slack. I'm going to flip it over. And I think what I want to do, the adjustment is right here. I think what I want to do is I want to make it go as high as it goes and then back it down. Visually, I can tell that it looks like they may have already done that. I don't know what size this takes. I'm going to try randomly. Is it this one? Did I guess correctly? No. I guessed incorrectly. I think this one is too small. Go size up. This one, I think, is too big. Okay, well, let's try another size. This one here. That one's also too small. I don't know, man. We may have to just do this the old-fashioned way, which is okay. I may not have the right size Allen wrench to do this, and I don't think I do. But that's okay, no problem. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to flip it back over. Whoa. Okay, we're going to tighten the strings up again. And then this one. That's just to ear. I have no idea if that's in tune or not. But it's a little high. I don't like how high that is. So, very easy. You just take Allen key here, and you stick it in here. And if you want to... Oh, man, did I get the wrong size? Oh, there's a smaller one. Here we go. There we go. If you want to make it go down, you tighten it. I'm sorry, you loosen it. You loosen it. So I'm going to loosen it. Let's do a half turn on each side. 1 on this side. 1 on this side. It is stuck in there. Woo, boy, it's stuck in there good. This guitar is not in great shape. I will tell you that. This guitar was for sale today at the local shop that I teach at. Holy cow, is that tight, stuck in there. There we go. This one was on sale, not on sale, for sale at my local shop for $4.95. This is 2005. See if that's better. So the way that I like to test my action, because I'm a dweeb, is I will lower it to where I want it, okay? Then I'll fret here at the 12th, and I'll bend up. And if it lets me bend up, that means I can lower it more. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to lower it more. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm just going to do another, let's say, half turn each side. Okay. We're rapidly approaching the point, though, where it's going to choke out, and that's okay. Let's try it again. Still has some room. Now, what I do is I like to get it as low as I can, and then I'll raise it a little bit. And why do I do that? Well, you don't want your strings to sound dead. You know, you don't want your chords to sound dead. The style of music that I play, and the way that I play, is very lead focused. I'm in a three-piece. My band is a three-piece band, so I play all the guitar parts, rhythm and lead. I like to be able to play lead very easily. Who wouldn't? But I also want my chords to sound good too. Still good. Fretwork is great on this one. This is a 2005. This is 20 years old. That just feels weird to say, doesn't it? 2005 is 20 years ago. What the heck is going on with our world, man? What's going on? Weird. 2005 is old now, I guess. I don't know. Well, this is pretty much all the way down. This is why micro tilt was invented. All right, well, that saddle is basically touching the fingerboard right now. I might as well do it all the way. Let's do it all the way. All right, that is pretty much all the way down. Let's do this one now. And it's literally touching the base plate. That's how low I've gotten this bridge. All right, let's try it one more. Oh, you hear it choke? You hear that? All right, that means I went too far. Ah, I shook you. Sorry. Don't get dizzy. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this. I'm going to go halfway, half turn this way. We're going to take this. We're going to go half turn this way. All right, I just brought this home about 2 hours ago. All right, that'll work where it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to radius the neck, or radius the bridge. What does that mean? So this is a 12-inch radius. So what I'm going to try to do is get a 12-inch radius here so that it goes across the fingerboard at that same curve. So the way I do this is not very scientific. I'm sure that I could use a radius gauge, but I don't want to. So what I do instead is I just kind of eyeball it I sight it down this way and just look and just kind of try to get it to follow the radius of the fingerboard. Now, I know that there's probably some like StuMac guys and some like pro luthiers who are like, oh, dude, you're a noob. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Maybe that's true. I'm just a working guitarist, you know? But this is the way that I've always done it. I just look down the sight line here and just try to get it curved the right way. I always start with that E string. Man, this is stuck in here really good. I'm worried that my Allen key is going to snap. That's how stuck this is. Man. Oh, it did. Did you see that? Holy shit. Look at that. Cracked it. Well, I have a solution. I have a screwdriver. Let me go get it. I'm getting my screwdriver. I'll be right back. Oh, it's over here, off camera, on the other side of the room. I have a little bit that is the correct size. I have grabbed it. I have not snapped an Allen wrench in a long time, I gotta say. All right, so I got my, let's see if this is the right size. That one is too big. Let's see if I have one that's small enough. I should. Try this one. Nope. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this whole thing might be hosed because that Allen wrench snapping might mean I have to go inside and get another one. That is very unfortunate. I could try to do it with this little broken piece, I guess. Depends on how tight it is. Oh man, I can't do that. I'm gonna cut myself. Well, damn it. That's the first time that that's ever happened on a live stream. Look at that. The whole thing just broke. If I had needle nose pliers within arm's reach, actually I do. Hold on, let me go get them. We'll just do it that way. Let's grab it with needle nose pliers and turn it. Again, other side of the room. I will be right back over there. I have a tool bag that I take with me in my truck. I just walked over and grabbed it. We will see if we can do it with pliers. It's a redneck way to do it, right? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this with my pliers. This is not an instructional, by the way. This is just me not having to do this by myself. Doing it with you guys. This is ridiculous. I don't think this is gonna work either. Man, that sucks. That really sucks. The other thing I could do is, well, that's actually working. Slow, but it is working. Man, that one is stuck really good. All right. Come on. So this is gonna take forever. Just see if I can grab it like this, turn it this way. Nah, that's not gonna work either. Shit! Okay, here's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna try to see if I can put on some original music so that I don't get copyright claimed, and then I'm gonna run inside. Hey! The stream crashed, sorry. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Here's what I'm gonna do. I can't get this to play music while it's streaming, which is really stupid. So, unfortunately, I have to leave you in silence. I'm gonna go I have another set of Allen wrenches inside. So, I gotta run all the way into my house. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry that took so long. I'm here. Okay, so if you weren't here a second ago, I was using this Allen wrench to try to adjust my bridge, and then it snapped. So I went out and I grabbed all the Allen wrenches I could find that looked similar in size from a drawer. So I'm out of breath because I ran. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, So let's go ahead and continue what we were doing. So we were working on this. I think this one's too big. It is. I think this one should work. I hope. Get in there. Are you serious? What the hell size is this? And I think this one's too small. You've got to be kidding me. Well, I guess this live stream is just cursed. Because I ran in there to get the tools, and I guess I grabbed the wrong size. Unbelievably stupid. Okay, well, I don't know. What am I supposed to do, right? This kind of stuff happens sometimes. That's the danger of trying to do this on a live stream instead of just like making an offline video. I could edit it later. Yeah. Okay, well, that sucks. I'm going to go get a different one. Look, all of these are the wrong size. Complete failure, right? All right. We'll be right back. Damn it. All right, I did what I should have done in the first place. Damn it. This is what I should have done in the first place. Okay, if you weren't here, this Allen wrench broke when I was trying to adjust my bridge, blah, blah, blah. So I got this. Forgot I had it. This is a Music Nomad screwdriver thing. And it has all these fancy little bits for working on your guitars. This one also has a small one for the purpose of doing this, I think. If this doesn't work, then I swear this is just the non-standard size or some stupid shit like that. Yay, I got it. Oh, thank goodness. So as we were saying before we were rudely interrupted by snapping metal, I'm radiusing this bridge. I just got this guitar today. It was only $495. I didn't pay $495 for it though. I traded a guitar for it. One of my friends here in town owns a music store. He's actually been running it for 50 years. This is his 51st year, I think. He's one of my closest friends. Anyway, he got this in 2 days ago. And I was there. I teach lessons there sometimes on Saturdays. And I was in there and I saw something new hanging on the wall and I thought, oh my God, is that a Tele Deluxe? He had it on the wall for $495. I was tempted to just buy it for $495 right there, but instead I went home, grabbed a guitar that I didn't like very much and asked him if he wanted to trade, and he said sure, so I got it today. All right, let's see how I did. Let's tune it up a little bit. This is by ear, so. I play an E flat, so my ear has been trained wrong. It's out of tune terribly, but I think I did get it low enough. It was really high. He likes to set them up factory spec, which I don't blame him. He's an old-fashioned guy. He likes things the way they used to be, and I don't necessarily blame him for that. But I like my guitars set up a lot lower. Like a lot lower. So when I buy stuff from him, I know that I have to set it up when I get home. The way that I like it. So not only does he set it up like factory, he sets it up like 70s factory. So that means that the action generally is going to be even higher than it would be coming off the line today. This is a 2005, 1972 Tele Deluxe reissue. And I got to tell you, okay, we talked about this in my standard Stratocaster, the Indonesian guitar video. Ha! I got to say, this feels night and day better. All right. So we got the action set the way I like it. Great. Great start. So the second part of this, is this one a different size? I couldn't adjust it. I think it's stripped out. That's another fix for another day. So what I'm going to do to compensate is I'm just going to lower this one as low as it'll go. Yeah, whatever. It's going to be a little bit askew, but who cares? All right, anyway, we need to change the strings. Now this has my favorite Fender tuners. Actually, these are my favorite tuners ever on any guitar. So this has the 70s F tuners. I love these tuners so much. They have slots in them. I know you've seen those before. But they have slots in them, and I like them better than locking tuners. I don't know why. My hip shots are pretty cool. I mean, I really like my hip shots, but these are different. They're simpler in a way that I respect and appreciate. But anyway, let me go get my snippers. Hold on a sec. They're on the other side of the room. Okay. So, the way... Whoa, what was that? The way that you do this is pretty easy. I'll show you. First of all, loosening them all. Okay. So, first of all, and I do this with all of my guitars, but this one, I like to turn these until they are straight on to the nut. So let's do that. Until it's straight on. Okay, this one's almost ready. Okay, this one is already there, and then this one's close. Okay, next step, take these, and I cut down near the pickups. Okay, and then they just pull out. Very easy. almost got them. These string trees are kind of moving around a little bit, so I'm going to tighten those. Okay. Where's my screwdriver? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to grab that. I'm just going to tighten it a little bit. Just barely. Just enough so that it doesn't spin around so freely. There we go. That should do it. Okay. Now, the cool thing about buying from a local guy, if you trust him, is that they set the guitar up, they clean it, and they get it, you know, polished and ready to go. Big box stores don't usually do that. Guitar Center, they just, sometimes they don't even put new strings. In fact, often they don't put new strings on it. They just throw it out on the floor. I love the fact that John takes the time to use his experience and his standards to set these up. So thanks, John. Makes my job a lot easier. All right. So I say that because the neck does not, the fretboard does not need to be cleaned or moisturized or anything. It looks wonderful. Okay. So what do we do now? So what you do, actually made a whole video about this too, but who cares? That was old and I didn't know as much then as I know now. Let's go ahead and get our strings. I have to use these because I have terrible eczema and a nickel allergy. So if I touch nickel strings for too long, then my finger's skin falls off and it's disgusting. So I have to use stainless steel. All right, so what you do is you get your string out. So I'm going to start with the low E string first. That's this gold one right here. Okay. This is a string through body. So you can't see it, but I'm threading it through right now. Okay. Okay. Let me close this before I do damage. The body is a little bit dinged up, by the way, so I actually like that, personally. Because then it's like, I don't have to worry about it. It's like my truck. It's a little bit, got a few dents on it when I got it, or so, you know, if a shopping cart runs into it, I don't really care that much. All right. So what I do is I take this, okay, and I put it through the slot, and I measure out to 2 tuners up. Okay, so right there, where I'm holding. And then I take my snippers, and I'll snip it right there on that spot. Hi, RJ. Okay, then I pop it in here like this. Push it down, make a hard angle, wrap it, hold it, grab your string winder, and go to town. It's that easy. People have a hard time with these tuners. They don't like them because they can't find an easy way to string it. That's the easy way, what I just showed you, okay? Repetition is how you learn things, right? So let's do it again. I'm gonna grab the next string. This is the A string. I'm going to thread it up through the hole. Okay. Okay. And then remember what I said. Put it up through the tuner, measure out to the second. So measure 1, 2. So right here where my finger is. Then you grab your snippers. You snip right there. Boom. Then you stick it down in the hole. As deep in the hole as you can get. And then you fold it down. Make a sharp turn. Hold it with your thumb right here. Grab your winder, which I said it again. I said it before, I'll say it again. You're going to need this unless you want a wrist workout and you want sore fingers. This makes the job so much easier. hold it down, and voila. Okay? I have a tendency to over-tighten when I do that, and it's on purpose. It serves the same purpose as when you stretch a string. It's pulling the string, stretching it at tension right there. So that when I relax that tension, it will have been stretched. Okay? Let's continue with the next set of strings. So let's go with the D string next. Okay, that'll be this one right here. Okay. Hi, Cyber Slime. How's it going? We are finishing the setup on a 2005 1972 Telecaster Deluxe reissue. Very cool guitar that I've always wanted. I'm very proud to have one. So put it through the thing, put it up 2, 1, 2. Hold it out like this. Snip it. Okay. And you stick it down in the thing like this. Make sure that you bottom out. Bend it down, pull it, and then hold it. I wish I had 3 hands sometimes. There we go. Now, if you do it this way, you're going to have really good tuning stability. That's just my experience. These are my favorite tuners. They stay in tune better than anything I've got, besides maybe my hip shots. Stringing it this way. Because you're giving yourself enough extra that you have enough winds that it holds it real tight. And the way that these are designed, I just love it. I wish that these kind of tuners came standard on all Fender guitars. So measure it out to 2. So that's going to be right here where I'm holding it. I'll move the camera after this string so you can see the next 2. Because the next 2 are a little bit different. And I'm sure you can guess why. Stick it down in here. Bend it down. Pull it down. Hold it. Now sometimes you're going to have issues. And I've probably cursed myself by saying that. But sometimes you're going to have issues with these upper strings. They have a tendency to slip out. What I found is to just do it really fast. And hold it really tight, like I am with my thumb. Okay? Didn't slip out. Almost done. 2 more strings to go. Then we will tune it, and I will show you how these pickups sound, because they sound so good. They're so different from what you would expect out of really anything. It doesn't sound like any other Fender to me. It's very unique. So now's the time I can tell you a quick story. One time, I was restringing a guitar before a show, and I didn't have very much time. I was hurrying. I was going as fast as I could. And I went to tighten the very last string, and I realized that I had strung the entire guitar backward. So pay attention to what you're doing, guys. That sucked. Okay, so we measure out 2 tuners, right? So here's 1. So what are we going to do? Well, let me move the camera. So we don't have 2 tuners to use to measure this time. So what do? I'm making an approximation. So there's 1, 2's about right there. It's better to over than underestimate on this, by the way. You don't want to have a copious amount of winds, but you also don't want to not have enough winds. Because if you don't have enough winds or enough space, then it's going to pop out. And that is annoying as hell. The best way to resolve that, if it pops out, is to snip the bent part off and start over. It's very important at this step that I'm doing right now that you do not lose that tension that you've got right here. If you release this tension, like if I let go right now, it's probably going to pop out. And if it pops out, like I said, you're pretty much hosed. And you got to snip the bent part of the string off and start over. As you can see, I think I overestimated slightly, but since I'm applying a lot of pressure to this string while I wind it, it's going to wind really tight and it's probably going to stay in tune really well. Okay, and I'm not tuning these while I'm doing this. I'm just approximating at this point. All right, I got one more string to do. The E string is always the one that gives me the most trouble because I have to estimate perfectly for the spacing. And if I don't, then it slips out. You don't want that. Okay. All right, so let's estimate our space here. So I'd say 1 is about here. 2 is about here. Okay. Let's try it. I think I put way too much on here. That's okay. Okay, I got that firm bend. I got my tension. Oh, don't knock the camera over. Now, where did I put the winder? Oh, I always do that. Do you guys do that? You set your winder like in a place where you can't reach it because you absent-mindedly just throw it. I do that all the time. Then I gotta like turn into Spider-Man and have weird flexibility to get it. Keep that tension applied while you do this. Make sure that it's in your nut. I absolutely overestimated this. That's okay. Okay. It's all strung up. Next thing to do is tune it. So. All right. Let's move it over to the amp. Let's go on a little adventure. So I've got a couple amps set up out here. I've got my 73 Bassman, and I've got my Plexi. I think we'll use the Plexi because it would be a crime not to use the Plexi. When the Plexi is an option, it ought to always be used, don't you think? All right, let me adjust this camera so that you can see what's going on. There's the Plexi. It's got a Variac at 91 volts and a power break so that I don't deafen myself. Okay. Now, I used to do the reverse mirror camera, but when I do that, it mirrors everything and everything's backwards and it annoys me. So I don't think we're going to do that. Let's turn the amp on. Okay, let it heat up for a sec. I'm gonna grab my guitar. I'm really hoping that I can get this angled to where you can see it and me. About that. That. I'm gonna actually move this back because I want to be able to get my pedal board. It's a mess out here. I just had a gig. So let's move that. Set that there. Let me look at my camera and see. Oh, that's not a great look, is it? There, you should be able to see me pretty good right there, don't you think? I'm going to sit down and play this for a second. I want you to tell me if I'm in frame. Again, if I did this offline, I'd be able to like do a quick video, look, you know, sit down, video, get up and look at it. But I'm sitting here with this. You see me? I'm going to get up and see your answers. Was I in the frame just now? Somebody tell me. Were you able to see the whole guitar? Yes, no? Well, that's okay. You don't have to say anything. I'll just assume that you can. Hope that you can. Almost. Was it too high or too low? Too high or too low? I'm guessing too low. Do I need to raise it like that? Is that better? Let's try this again. All right, I'm going to go sit down. Is that good enough, you think? There's a really bad delay, so I'll ask, and then when you respond, I don't see it for like 30 seconds. I don't know why there's such a delay. Probably yes. Okay, well, then I'll just leave it like that then. Okay. So, let's tune it up, and then we will go adjust the amp and make sure that it sounds good. So, just tuning the guitar here. One thing about this model that I really like is it sounds really good acoustically. And that usually means it's going to sound good when you amp it. It sounds great acoustically, and I think it's because it's it goes through, string through body. Almost there. All right, let's go turn up the amp. All right, so this is through a plexi at 91 volts. No pedals are on right now. Uh-oh. Something's out. I think it's the G string. And the D string slightly as well. A string's giving me some trouble. Really good. It doesn't sound like a normal humbucker. It sounds more bitey, and it's because it isn't a normal humbucker. Let's turn on the Echoplex preamp. And it's staying in tune. Let's go to the neck position. One of my strings is going nuts tuning. turn on some reverb. I think that sounds pretty cool. Let's turn on the delay, Echoplex delay. Guitar. It definitely seems like it was something like Fender's answer to the Les Paul, you know? Let's start on the 5150 overdrive now. So there you go. That's the 72 reissue. This is a 2005 Telecaster Deluxe. I think it sounds awesome. Obviously, the kind of music I just played is not what this was meant to play. But I like that single coil sound. It really cuts through. Like, it really just cuts through, slices through whatever you're playing. I really like that. I think that this guitar is awesome. I really like it. Sounds great through a plexi, doesn't it? I think everything sounds good through a plexi. work. Okay, I'm going to turn it off now. Oh, I'm going to get the camera. Woo! All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching this. I really appreciate it. Let me see if I missed any messages here. Yeah, I really like this guitar. I think it's great. It was fun. This wasn't really a review. This was like, there's this process I go through, this like super autistic process that I go through when I get something new. And I thought, you know, I've never like done a candid, like I just got a guitar, I just brought it home, let's just do it together. I've always kind of wanted to do that, and this was the opportunity to do that. So it's backwards, isn't it? Yeah, why does it do that? I hate that it does that. It's backwards. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. It was fun. Sorry that my tools broke and it was really stupid, but you know, it's all done now, right? So cool. I'm going to end this. I appreciate you guys watching. Please sub if you haven't. I do these randomly without announcing them. I just do them. And yeah, join the Discord. We talk about junk like this. The link is in the description. So thank you guys very much. This is just more proof that the Fender Standard Series is a complete joke. And you shouldn't buy one because this guitar was $500. It was cheaper than the Standard Series, and this is like 8,000 times better. I actually A/B'd this with a real 72, and the real 72 obviously was better, but this one was better than the Squire by like 1,000,000 miles. So here we go. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Keep on rocking. Bye-bye.